Adversarial behavior in fighting the debt collectors. Brought to you by YourLegalLegUp.com, your advantage if you're being sued by debt collectors. I've addressed the question of adversarial behavior before in debt law cases, in the video What If I Owe or Think I Do, and in a report by the same name, as well as the manual. In this member-only video, we're going to touch on feelings of doubt and guilt and shame before getting on to what adversarial really means. Most people with debt problems feel bad about it. You might feel guilty or like you can't get ahead, or you might be haunted by past mistakes or feel shameful, or any number of things like that. Nothing I say will help much on any of that, probably. Just remember that that was then and this is now. If you were being sued by a debt collector especially, you have an excellent chance to win. And you have a chance to lose. When you're in an adversarial system, you try to win. You start where you are and you do the best you can every time. As we've said before many times, the legal system is an adversarial system. It's like a sports contest. You play by the rules or you get penalized. In order to have a chance, you must put all questions of whether you should or ought to win away. If you win, you should have won. That's the essence of an adversarial system. The best man wins, or the best person wins. There's more than one way to win. You can knock the other side out. You can prove that the debt was wrong or that the debt collector doesn't own it. You can wear the other side out. You can bluff them into giving up. We've established many times that the debt collectors often sue the wrong people for debts, that they don't have the proof that they need to win if there's a fight, that they aren't built to fight. They get most of their wins through defaults or simple mistakes. So all of those methods of winning offer you a chance. We know it matters way more to you than it does to them if you win. With all those things in place, you really should win. Do you choose your best shot and concentrate just on that one? Try one thing? Take the easiest path to victory? No, you do everything possible to win. Let's talk about discovery for a second to kind of illustrate this point. We always tell people to serve discovery on the other side really early in the game so you see what they will do, because they almost always do the same thing. They will usually make every legitimate objection and many more. They won't answer questions that they could or should, and they never admit anything. It's the way the game you're playing is played. There are some risks to making the wrong objections. It is possible that you could be sanctioned for doing so, and you will want to be careful about that. You want to say things, make sure that the things that you say are generally pretty close to right, if you can't make them absolutely right. But the penalty for getting things wrong is not very large. If you deny a request for admission that the court later decides you should have admitted, for example, you may have to pay the other side for its legal time in proving it. The only thing is, that almost never ever happens, because most of what your case is going to be about is very simple, and it's hard to separate any particular facts. If you answer an interrogatory untruthfully and the other side can prove that it's untruthful, you'll be made to look like a liar, and that will hurt your case if they can prove it. If you fail to provide documents that they ask for, you will probably not get to use them in your case if you want to. Normally, you will not want to say untruthful things for practical reasons and also for other reasons, because saying untrue things can start a chain reaction in your mind that leads to unhealthy things. But at a minimum, you should be very reluctant to do things which hurt your case if you have any alternative at all. It's a rough game. Consider the affidavits that collectors use in almost every case. I have repeatedly pointed out that these things are false. They are designed to deceive the other side, you, and the court into believing something that's not true, that the debt collectors have information that they don't have. In all the cases that have involved these affidavits, and there must have been millions of them, has a court ever once punished a debt collector's lawyer for using them? Ever? If so, I haven't heard of it. And these are things a first-year law student would know are wrong. Let that be your guide. Take off the gloves and fight to win. Protect what's yours and don't let the debt collectors rip you off. YourLegalLegUp.com